Howdy, folks. We should be taking it pretty easy today because the reading section is actually really short. So
but lots of vocabulary.
We'll get through it pretty easily. Colton is hanging around, but he went to check on something, so he's off screen. How you guys doing? How you doing?
I'm good.
I'm doing okay.
This is Exodus 29:38, right?
Correct.
We are in Exodus
Tetsaveh.
29:38. Yeah, Tetsaveh. Good.
This is the
So,
portion that my daughter was bat mitzvahed on.
really,
Such a
that's
long
not very
time
friendly.
Well, what was it? The rabbi was Reform Synagogue. He said that reading from the Torah is a lot like the Jews wandering around in the desert, Sinai. There were, episodes of wonder and revelation, punctuating just a lot of walking around in a desert. and this was one of the parshas he said was like walking around in a desert. So there it is.
Yeah. Well, it's not an enjoyable portion, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Welcome back, Colton. I hope everything's okay. So we're going to actually, I chose the sixth reading, the sixth aliyah of this portion. It starts in chapter 29 and verse 38 and goes to the end of the chapter. Really, it's quite short and it's easy to cover, but there are some things in it that are a little, not so friendly to people who don't sacrifice and kill animals because, Anyway, so there is, I've got an updated list of our Patreon folks that I wanted to throw up real quick to say thank you very much. John, you'll notice that all of you guys, Adel and Eva, I've moved over to the Yedidei Nefesh because you guys deserve it, obviously. So this is the updated list, and I've
beloved souls. I'm a beloved soul.
Yes, I've replaced the
I'm an uncle's
Arte, whatever, with Marcelo's actual name, because he should have recognition also in the middle column. So anyway, thank you guys so much. This is wonderful. If anybody out there wants to join us on Patreon, you're welcome to patreon.com/thehebrew-cafe, and I enjoy your participation. Jacob entered the studio. Howdy.
Hey, long time no see.
Indeed. So we're going to be reading this section right here to the end of the chapter. It's pretty quick reading, but we'll try to hover over a few parts. And by the way, this week I have not been to any places of the imbibing libations, so perfectly normal. We've got a few people out there in chat
perfectly
land, so
normal.
Please, yes, everything is perfectly normal. I don't know if you saw that movie with Bill Cosby, where he had died, and his daughter, like he came back as a ghost. It was called Ghost Dad, and he came back as a ghost. And
that's a blast from the past,
right? And he appeared to his daughter. Like, it was a weird thing because when it was dark, you could see him, like when the lights were off, but when the lights came on, you couldn't see him as a ghost. And they came to interview, like to check on the family well-being from, I think it was from the Child Protective Services or something. And they needed to interview the children and all of that. And he told her, just tell them that everything is perfectly normal. And so whenever they were interviewing this little girl, she's like, I don't know, 5 years old. And they asked her, like, how are you guys doing or whatever. And she says, everything is perfectly normal. And ever since then, it stayed in my head. I was a child when I watched that movie, right? But, so everything is perfectly normal this week.
Perfectly.
All right, so verse 38. Let's say, how about we start with John Lieber?
That was his testimony at trial. Oh, me?
Yeah. And we'll move up James after you, and then Colton. We're going to do a little change of order because I don't want to always be the first one to read and all that stuff. So, John, give us verse 38 if you would.
Okay, hold on.
Oh, we should give context that at this point in the narrative, it's the first time that we're getting description about specifics about the construction of the tabernacle. And we'll talk a little bit about the importance of the tabernacle in it.
Okay.
All right, go ahead.
וזה אשר תעשה על המזבח כבשים בני שנה שניים ליום תמיד.
Yeah.
And this is what you will do upon, or I guess regarding the altar.
Mm-hmm. Could be either one. Upon the
all
altar, regarding the altar, yeah.
Okay. Rams. 1 year.
Well, ram is
old-
technically an ayil. Ayil is ram.
Is a
Keves
sheep?
is a sheep. Yeah.
All right. Sheep of 1 year old. Two of them, two sheep, 1 year old. Layom tamid. For are they? I don't know. Layom tamid.
Let's pair shnaim layom. Shnaim layom.
All right. 2 per day forever.
Yes. Yes, and tamid takes on a special meaning here. Like, tamid obviously means always or whatever, but here it means the daily sacrifice. It's an always offering, meaning that it's offered always. It's offered every day.
All right.
Yeah. So we have in the
Regularly.
temple the idea of sacrifices that are intended for the ablution of sin, the forgiveness of sin, or whatever, to cover sin. So we've got
Like different
the
special
Yom Kippur.
occasion types of sacrifices, like
Yeah.
someone coming with an extra gift, or sin, or something like that. Something that's not really
Yeah,
done
you can
on a day.
you can have free will offerings. You can have offerings for individual sin, offerings for communal sin, offerings of omission, like you think you forgot to do something you were supposed to do, and so you give an offering. But these are, it doesn't matter if you sinned or you didn't sin, you got to keep the temple operational. And the Tamid offering was for every day. Doesn't matter if you sinned or not. So I don't know where they get all these animals, because I sure don't have no animals that I'm going to be offering on an altar. But they had animals they offered every day. And that's called the Tamid.
All right. Now, I've
By
always,
the way, mhm.
I'm sorry, but I've never really understood this. Is this like they would sacrifice 2 a day?
Yep.
The
One
priest
in the
would
morning and one in the
sacrifice 2,
evening.
but it's not like everybody, every Israelite,
It's the priests.
No. This would be this would come out of like the treasury from the whatever was given into the Levites, or however the Levites also like worked the pasture land in the Levitical cities too, and I'm sure they would have brought some in for that same reason when
I
they
get
changed.
it. Okay.
Yeah.
So this is basically just a priestly thing.
Mhm.
Yep, 2 per day.
Thank you very
And
much.
obviously the priests that are on rotation, that are working those mishmarot, those shifts, they would eat from the daily sacrifice as well. Right? This has a functional purpose to feed the people. The ones who are
Just imagine
dedicated
the
to working
logistics
the
if it was
temple.
2 per Israelite.
Oh my God, that would be insane. Yeah, no, it's 1 in the morning, 1 in the evening, and that's it. All
Blood for
right.
the blood.
So
Oh, sorry.
can you imagine, like the blood would be filling the temple? I think that's in the Revelation. All right, 39, Jacob. Jacob.
את הכבש האחד תעשה בבוקר, ואת הכבש השני תעשה בין הערביים. Okay, sorry. Struggled there a
We
bit
saw
on the
before
dual
this.
of
We saw-
evening.
Yeah, we saw this Bena Albaim also before in Exodus. It's only in Exodus and Numbers, but specifically we saw it
Interesting.
somewhere else. We'll talk about it in a second.
Yeah. So with the first sheep, you will do it in the morning, or like you will sacrifice it in the morning, and with the second sheep, you will sacrifice it between the evenings.
So I would say that the object has been fronted, and that et doesn't mean with. It's the object marker.
Yeah, no, like
First
I'm
sheep, you
aware
should
of like
do-
object marker. Yes, it's just like I'm using with as a sort of English object marker. That's my intention. Like
Okay.
with this one,
so
like
you're
marking
you're
it as
doing
the
like
target.
Aquila.
I suppose
You're doing like
maybe.
Aquila. Aquila would translate into Greek, like every instance of the direct object marker, you would translate it with like meta, with, or with syn, which is interesting. It made his translation very, very literal and very wooden. Yeah.
Excellent. I am.
Cool. So
My last name is Gathering of Wood, so it checks out.
Have you heard this expression Ben ha'arbaim?
I feel like not directly. I feel like I've read translations that try to reflect it, but it's been a long time ago. So it's, but it doesn't. It kind of like refer to. I guess it would refer to how like how the day is reckoned as being like from sunset to sunset. Be related to that.
Well, this is a specific time of day because we've got the morning sacrifice and we have the evening sacrifice. This is the evening sacrifice. But why wouldn't it say just ba'erev or ba'arev in the evening? I think of it in terms of two different times of day. One, like if you're thinking, here, I'll put myself up so you can just see me just a second. Hold on, where am I? Okay, so if this is the horizon, and the sun is in the sky, right? So when the sun touches the horizon, that's the first stage of the evening. And it continues down until the top of the sun touches the horizon, and that's the second. So that period between the sun touching the horizon and sinking below it is between the evenings. It's the first evening when it touches, the second evening when it goes below.
So kind of
and
like
so there's
dusk.
Yeah.
Do we
so
have
it's
any like
twilight or
not? Yeah, and not to like express that, but do you have any like direct confirmation of this sort of like, well, the evenings as being when the sun touches and departs the horizon?
I don't remember where I read this, but I think it was in a rabbinic source, but I don't remember. Ben Arbaim in Halot says between the two evenings, that is between the time between sunset and nightfall.
Lebensordningen. Oh, just like it's
you
the
know
source
that?
that
You know
Vox Lebensordningen. No, it's just like it's German, and I can turn on a slightly different way of reading.
I wonder
this
if
might
there's
be
something about it
reflected-
in the theological word book. Let's see. What are you saying, John?
This might be reflected in the rules around the evening prayer. You're supposed
I would
to
think so.
Yeah, you're supposed to start the evening prayer. I don't know what when the sun goes down, when it falls below the horizon. But if there's a time thing, or if there's a problem, or if you don't have time, you got to do Mincha and Marav together, you know what I mean? And then you got someplace to go. You could start Marav, that first time when the sun just touches the horizon, not goes below the horizon. They have that leeway. So that might be a reflection of this thing.
Well, this is what shows up in the theological word book of the Old Testament. It says, evenings were quite important for sacrificial acts and ceremonial meals in ancient Israel. The Passover began on the evening of the 14th day of the first month, sometimes, as in Exodus 12:6, which was the first instance of the Ben Harbaim. The Hebrew reads literally between the two evenings, likely twilight, the time interval between sunset and darkness, in which there is a state of illumination. I must have another textbook. I saw that Colton went to grab something.
Yeah, I don't know if it'll even have anything about it.
Yeah. What are you looking in?
This is King and Stager's Life in Biblical Israel.
All right.
I can check Theological Dictionary of the Old Testament. Maybe they have something.
All right. I'm
Yeah,
looking.
I tried checking
at the
Nidot, but
International
they didn't
Dictionary
really
of
have
Old
much on
Testament.
Erev.
Yeah, I don't see here something maybe Arav. I should have looked up a justification for this before. I didn't think about it.
Live research is best research.
I'm trying to check Rashi.
Fine.
We can do this.
I am trying to multitask.
Oh, I don't see it coming up here in the New International Dictionary of Old Testament Theology and Exegesis. Okay. Let's try pulling up, like we were talking about the Mishnah. I don't know if the Mishnah will say, but maybe I don't read Aramaic well enough to get into the Gemara. By the way, in our second hour, we're going to try to close up the Hebrew alphabet and transliteration, as well as syllables, syllabification. It's not an easy thing for me, but I will do my best. This is brachot. I don't know if this will say ben arbaim. No, it doesn't. Okay.
I can't
so
find
that's
anything
useful.
either.
From what I could see, Rashi's got nothing.
Dang.
For some reason, I can't type an aleph in Logos.
Okay, so here they
See,
use the
that's
expression in the
why
Gemara
logos when there's accordance like them?
when
Because
there's
I have more
accordance.
money invested in Logos.
That is
Right,
a fair
once
point.
you're already invested,
Bingo.
it's hard to go back.
I have a very small semester.
Once you go Logos, you never go back.
I personally, I just find search in Logos to be. I don't
It
like
is
how the search
better.
works.
It is better in accordance for sure.
Like I try to search things in Logos, and then I am sad.
I don't make any sense of this. I don't know what this. Don't get what this means. ופני מה שאמרו, מפני מה אמרו תפילת המנחה עד הערב, שהרי תמיד בין הארבעים קרב והולך עד הערב, רבי יהודה אומר, עד פלג המנחה, שהרי תמיד של בין הארבעים קרב והולך עד פלג המנחה, ומפני מה אמרו תפילת הערב אין לה קבע. Okay, it doesn't have a fixed time. שהרי, I don't know this word. What's averim? Averim ufradim שלא נתעכלו. Like, I'm not getting any sense from this at all. What is פלג המנחה? פלג המנחה. Does that make sense to anyone?
My Aramaic's not good.
Isn't
it's Hebrew.
Peleg was
Isn't
the character in.
No, but also isn't
Moby
Peleg
Dick.
like a furrow, like a waterway, as well?
I don't know. Here it's connected to the evening sacrifice. The sacrifice. Peleg. Brook. Look at that. There you go. But I don't know what that has to do with Peleg Amincha. The section or part or half fraction.
Yeah, because
Okay.
isn't it like the Peleg kind of like if you look at the verbal root in like halot, I think it's kind of like dividing, making a furrow or something like that? Like,
I'm sure that it is, but I don't know if that has to do with the mincha, with the sacrifice. Let's see,
just like if you're making a furrow, you're kind of like dividing, making portions. I am just like trying to ad lib a sense.
yeah, right. I remember in Psalm chapter 1, there's palgei mayim,
Incredible. Rashi's got nothing on
which I
it.
didn't.
Rashi is slacking. Doesn't even have a comment on the specific thing I want.
In the specific place that I'm looking. נחל מים קטן, זרם מים, זרם ושפע.
I was trying to see if the Academy had anything on it.
Pei Lamed Gimel, like kind of separate distance.
Mm-hmm. So I would take it probably as the second meaning, the cheliko machatzit. It's the half of the sacrifice or part of the sacrifice, but still. Plag mincha. Okay, what's plag mincha?
Right.
Isn't Plag, wouldn't that just be, is it trying to do just like a construct of Peleg?
Maybe, but I don't know what it means. It like shows up there, but it doesn't. The link doesn't go anywhere.
Plag hamincha, the earliest time, if it's an emergency, it's the earliest time that you could say most of the evening prayer. It's before sundown, but if it's an emergency and you're not going to be able to do it, you can. The time is known as plag hamincha. I think it's an hour and a half before sundown. So I don't know if that tells you anything about plag.
Nice.
That's what it is.
Good. We're coming up with solutions. Let's see if we got plag mincha. No, it's not there. Search for it, and then it. Zmanei hayom. Times of day. Okay. Ot hashachar. Tzitzit v'tfilin. Hanef hachama. I don't see your plag mincha. Ah, there it is, right there. So this is, if we look at today's deck times or whatever, we've got chatzot hayom v'halayla. So that's the middle of the day, 11:54. This is for today, of course. Mincha gdola, mincha ktana. So we got 12:24 is the earliest time apparently for the mincha. Mincha ktana, plag mincha. It looks like it's the latest time that you could start the mincha. And because it's an hour, almost an hour before actually shkiat hachama, the sun going down. And then Seta Kochavim is the beginning of the next day, when the stars come out. So we can see how the times line up here. Plaga mincha, shkiat hachama. Hachama is the hashemesh, and Seta Kochavim, the coming out of the stars. If you look in the beginning of the Masechet Bracha in the Mishnah, it's talking about when you can first say the blessings for the evening, and it says that it's when the priests go in to eat their sacrifice in the evening, and that's related to Tzeta Kochavim, the going out of the stars. It's
I found it. I found it. I found it.
Read the Shema in the evening. Hold on. Misha shekochanim nichnasim le'echol b'trumatan. When the priests go in, from the time when the priests go in to eat their portion that's from the sacrifice, ad sofa ashmora rishona, That's what Eliezer said. והחכמים אומרים עד חצות. So the Gemara says that this עד כאילו משעה שהכהנים נכנסים לאכול בתרומתן is צאת הכוכבים. It's the time when the stars come out. So we're dealing with specific times of the day. What were you going to say, Jonathan?
I'll just paste it in the chat for anybody who wants to see it.
All right. So Ben Arbaim is that it's before sundown, but it's when the sky starts to darken. I really think it has to do with where the sun is, like in
פרק
relation to
הזמן שבין שקיעת השמש לצאת הכוכבים.
Okay. Okay, so that's good. And Shkiat HaShemesh is Shkiat HaChama. It's the same thing, which we saw. It's about an hour.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so that's good. Good.
Yeah, that's the definition from the Academy, by the way. What I just read.
Fantastic. So Bein Arbaim, the first time we see it is Exodus chapter 12. This is Exodus 29. So 12 had to deal with the time during which the sacrifice is made for the Passover lamb. Right? Yeah. Anyway, it's kind of interesting because when you think about this, now I'm not going to get into it, but maybe later because not in this lesson. We don't have time. All right. Bein Arbaim. So verse 40. After Jacob is Colton, verse 40.
Me, okay.
You got the verse with all the fun words.
Yeah, buddy. V'isaron solet balu b'shemen katit reva hahin v'nesek reviat hahin yain lakeves ha'echad.
I think it's not Revi'at Ahin, ela Revi'it Ahin.
Sorry. Revi'it hahin yain lakeves ha'echad. Yes.
And Lakeves Ha'echad is kind of like Layom above, where it's like for each one.
And a tenth of flour mingled with pure oil, a fourth of a hin, and a libation, a fourth of a hin of wine for the one lamb, sheep. What is this, Kevis? Ram, whatever this is.
Lamb.
Sheep.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we eat kevis, even like every day we eat kevis in Israel. You know, not everyone because there are a lot of vegans, but kevis is offered in shawarma. You like shawarma? Most of the time we eat shawarma either chicken, they call pargit, or kevis, lamb. Generally. The Hebrew Language Academy, Academia Lashon HaIvri. That's the academy that
Thank you.
they asked about. Okay, so Isaron comes from what word that we know? Isaron.
Eser.
Eser, and Eser is 10. Isaron is a 10th portion, 10th measure. How do you call a tenth that you give to the priests, like as a tithe?
Tithe.
You call tithe.
Asirim, or how was it's something with Isaron?
It's related to this, right? It's
I know it's like
maaser.
Eser somewhere.
Maaser. A maaser is a tithe. What's another word that's tied to this word? Eser. Isaron. A tenth is an asirit, like revi'it.
Yeah,
I don't know what the difference
like
is.
The 10th.
Yep.
Like the 10th
but it's like
one.
revi'it ahin. Revi'it ahin is a quarter of a hin, a measure, right? How much is a hin? I think it's like what, a gallon and some change. So quite a bit.
Like
Yeah,
the
we said it was
measurements in the
what,
Bible are
6
so
liters, gallon and a half, 6 liters approximately.
Gallon and a half is a hin. Yeah. All right. So solet is specifically like it's already
Fine
cleaned
flour.
out. It's fine flour, yeah, it's already nice and processed a little bit.
It's, yeah, the one that Abram wants Sarah to use to make bread for the visitors.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
One dictionary I
You
looked
can
at
buy-
had it as semolina.
Mm-hmm. In Israel, you can buy solet. You just go and buy it. Like you buy regular flour. It's called kemach, and solet is you can also buy it as well. Balul b'shemen katit. Balul b'shemen katit. What's that?
Mixed with pure oil.
Yeah, you get all the nice words. So shemen katit is like I guess it's like virgin oil.
It's like
virgin
hit.
olive oil.
Yeah, it's like katit is like it's like a punch word. It's like a beaten word. Like
Yeah,
it's been
what I
beaten
had
up.
was beaten.
Yeah.
I was
I
wondering
don't know how
if
you
that-
beat oil.
Well,
Crush.
I mean, like whisk it up. Maybe that's what it is.
Oh. No, I think it's more of like a crushed, like pressed kind of thing is what I imagined. I don't know that that's true. It's just how I pictured it.
Mm-hmm.
But again, you can buy specifically shemen katit, but I'm not sure what it means in English. You can just go to the store and buy it.
Is it like
Reva
virgin
hin.
oil? Like maybe it's like that.
I think it's
like the
virgin
first
oil, yeah.
press.
Let's see, shemen katit. Let's see. Yeah, because they're saying what's the difference here? Shemen katit me'ule and regular katit and mzukach. What's the difference? There's an explanation in Hebrew from an olive seller. These are things that I really don't know. I don't cook anything, so I don't know what any of it means. But if you look up shemen katit and you say, tell me what that means in English, it tells you virgin oil.
Oh, virgin olive oil. That's what somebody
Right,
suggested.
And virgin olive oil is the olive oil that comes from the first press of the olives.
Mhm.
It's supposed to be the
so you-
purest and the clearest and the
Yeah.
finest.
Makes sense.
I cook.
But the extra virgin olive oil is the shemen katit me'ule. And I don't know what that means either. Like, what's the difference? Just olive oil is all that I make salad and I put olive oil on it. I don't care if it says katit or katit me'ule. I don't care. What does this mean? Anyway, you use virgin oil because virginity is very important in your oil when you're making your mincha offerings. All right, that's wonderful. And it's smeared with a lot of oil, right? A quarter of a hin. If a hin is a gallon and a half, 6 liters, whatever, then this is a lot of oil. All right, and nesech revi'it hin, same thing. It's also a nesech is an offering that you make by pouring out wine. And we mentioned, I think, before the prohibition on Jews who keep kosher from drinking yen nesech, wine of libation. Yen nesech is wine that has been offered to another god besides the God of Israel. So you're not allowed to drink it. And any wine that is not mivushal, that is not boiled, if it is opened or poured by somebody who's not Jewish, is considered yen nesech, which means that if you keep kosher, you're not allowed to drink it. But anyway, who cares? So it's an important thing in kashrut that if, like, they're on a flight, that either the person serving the wine is Jewish or the wine is mivushal. It's boiled. Like, it goes through a second purification process, and then it's permissible. Anyway, verse 41. That's a lot of stuff in one verse. That was a lot of stuff. But if you read through Exodus and Numbers about the temple and the tabernacle, not the temple, the temple's later on with David and Solomon. But if you read through Numbers and Exodus and all of this stuff about the tabernacle, it's not an easy read. I think it started in the the last Torah portion, we read a lot of tabernacle stuff. But it is important because remember that if you're trying to define what is melacha, what is work on the Shabbat, it's basically everything that's involved in creating the tabernacle. Verse 41, Jonathan.
Okay. ואת הכבש השני תעשה בין הארבעים כמנחת בבוקר.
Haboker, minchat haboker.
I'm sorry, הבוקר. וכניסך תעשה לריח ניחוח אישי לאדוני.
Yes. Just to comment on the A and B there, in the Samaritan Pentateuch, instead of feminine, kniska, it's knisko. And instead of ta'aseh la, it's ta'aseh lo.
Oh,
Because it's referring it back to hakeves hasheni. Okay, I think the ah here is referring to minchat haboker.
Yeah, so the second lamb you shall do between the evenings or at twilight, I guess, like a gift offering of the morning.
Like the morning sacrifice.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
And like what's that? A mixture?
Like it's libation.
Like its libation, you shall do to it.
Mm-hmm.
Like as a pleasing odor of fire. Let's see, l'reach niach, as a pleasing odor, fire to Adonai.
Like as a pleasing aroma. Ishe l'Adonai, a fire offering to the Lord.
Fire offering to the Lord.
So the Ishe is not from Isha, right? It's from Ish.
It's from Ish.
Fire. Yeah. All right, fantastic. We've established Ben Arabaim is that late afternoon. The Ke here is really interesting because it's even more literal than what we normally read Ke, right? Because it's like the morning offering in the same way. You shall do the second lamb in the evening in the same way as the morning offering, and like its libation you shall do to it. All right, good. This phrase reach nichoach is very common when it talks about the sacrifices having a pleasing smell. Nichoach is
a likes to smell.
Yes, you know when you cook meat and it just smells good. So that's the idea. Burning flesh gives a nice smell.
Yeah, he has a long nose. He needs.
That's why his nose becomes long when he smells a pleasing odor. He gets long in the face, gets more patient.
Yeah, it's not that it's not Pinocchio. It's that he wants to take in all the odor of that barbecue.
No, I hate that imagery more than anything because it makes sense, but it's totally not right. I can
Because nothing to do with the sacrifice.
I know, but like I could hear somebody saying, I could hear
this
a really bad preacher taking that.
This is how bad rumors get started. Be quiet. Yeah. We can't contribute to that nonsense.
Somebody's going to put it on nerdy biblical language majors pretty soon.
Yeah.
I heard this somewhere.
You're gonna suddenly hear that on some stupid sermon, and it's like the origin of this nonsense is some random Swedish dude who was on a YouTube stream one day.
Did you notice that in NBLM it's just become that recently that there's so much weird questions?
Yeah, because they let everybody and their mother in now.
Somebody said to me, "Can you explain echad in Hebrew?" And I'm like, I've never heard anyone ask me, "Can you explain uno in Spanish?" Whoever says such a weird thing? Nobody says, "Can you explain what uno means?" It means one. Echad means one. That's what it means.
Hebrew
There's nothing
magic.
magical about it. That's what I responded to. They said, "There's nothing magical about Hebrew. Echad means one." Right? This is one bottle of pills. One bottle. This is one Dumbledore. Right? One.
But you're missing
What does
the
it mean? It means one.
metaphysical oneness of the word echad.
It's magical because echad means three. Yes.
Oh,
Echad means
Trinitarian, 3 and 1. Oh,
That's what they want. They
no.
want me to tell them that echad is a complex unity. What
There's
does that
three-
mean even?
There's 3 letters in the one root. It means one, but there's 3 different representatives.
Oh
You
my
say
god.
Trinity is false, but Hebrew uses trilateral roots.
Yes. No,
It's
I
not
mean,
by
what they
accident that we see the Trinity in all of the language, God's
gonna
holy
get-
language.
We're gonna get
what they
hate
want to
mail
say
now.
is that the cup
You're gonna get hate mail.
the cup
If it's-
comes with the lid. The lid is another
What's this wee
part of
stuff?
the
What is
cup,
that,
and you can
French?
break it apart. You know, you can break anything that's one. You can. Well, that's the
Stop!
atomistic
We're gonna get
philosophy.
hate mail now.
Okay, all right.
At least it might
People
be
stop
amusing
thinking
hate
that
mail.
echad is magical. Huh? Do people use hate mail?
No, people are gonna send us hate mail.
We're going to get hate
Hate
comments.
Yes.
Yeah. No, I
Hate comment
respect
is
what,
also engagement.
it's true. I expect what the biblical language majors group has been, and I appreciate the amount of people that it's collected who have, expertise. But recently, there's a lot of weird stuff being asked on there. Anyway, so we're going to get through this chapter,
Not at this rate. We're 42 minutes
Yeah.
in.
and we're on verse 42. I think it's magical. So it starts with olat tamid ledorotechem. Okay, so olah is a whole burnt offering. It's an offering that you throw on the altar, right? You drain it of its blood, you throw it on the altar, you burn the whole thing, except for its entrails, right? The entrails are taken out. So olat tamid, this is the daily sacrifice, the daily Holocaust offering. Ledorotechem. By the way, the word olah is translated in the King James as Holocaust. It means it's burnt up, like the whole thing is burnt. Ledorotechem, throughout your generations. Right. But that's not the word that's used for the Holocaust. The Jewish people
No,
underwent.
that would be Shoah. So
Yeah,
which
Shoah.
is- Which is notably very different.
Yep. But for some reason, Olah is also translated that way. Anyway, Petach here means at the entrance. Petach. Ohel Moed Lifnei Adonai Asher Ivaed Lachem. Okay, this one is from Ya'ad, like to be appointed, or to it means to meet, and it's followed with Lamed. Ivaed Lachem, I will meet with you. It's Nifal, future. I will meet. Ivaed Lachem, Shama. I will meet with you there. Ledaber Elecha, Sham. Notice it changes from Lachem to Elecha in the singular. Probably because it's Ivaed Lachem, like for the people. I'll meet with the people there. To speak to you there, meaning to Moses. Because it's where God spoke to Moses. By the way, the Ohel Moed, found out this week when Colton and I read together that Ohel Moed is the same as the Mishkan. It's the temple. It's the tabernacle. It's in the desert, the movable temple. I always thought that there was.
Yeah.
I always thought that there was the tabernacle, and that outside of it there was a little tent that Moses would go into and he would meet with God. But that's not the case. Ohel
I
Moed
think
is
this is one of those
specifically.
terms that is kind of source specific. We also have slightly different logics about like the presence of God and how it works. I know that it's been a while now since I read it, but I know that Benjamin Sumer writes a bit interestingly about that in his Bodies of God in Ancient Israel.
So what we read and determined was that it specifically the Ohel Moed would have been not the Holy of Holies, but the Holies, right? Where and it was weird because both of us were under the assumption that it was like a different thing.
A tent outside of the courtyard.
Yeah.
But the tabernacle is like the entirety of the construct with the courtyard curtains that keeps it separated off, with the courtyard for the area for gathering and for actually performing the sacrifice. And then the Ohel Moed is the sanctuary and the Holy of Holies. That's like a big tent that's divided into two parts, because it's the place where God comes down and meets on the ark.
Yeah, if I might be completely mixing it up now, but if I remember correctly, isn't the Ohel Moed the one that is like outside the camp compared to the?
That's what I thought.
Other. Look, I mean, like, because there, you have the view, like the source that's like the tabernacle is supposed to be like smack dab in the center of the camp, and then you have another source that's like, oh, we put it out on the side. It's kind of like this sort of like on the border between like here it's like semi-utopian meeting place with the divine.
Well, this is the thing. I was always under that impression that there was a smaller tent outside of the tabernacle. That's where Moses would go personally, and that the priests would go into the holy place. But everything that we read this week, we went after some rabbit trails and stuff, and everything basically says that Ohel Moed is another name for the Mishkan. Which, it shocked me. I didn't think that at all. Anyway, verse 43. Oh, so the verb Yvaed is nifal of Ya'ad, followed by Lamed. Tamid again is the daily sacrifice. Okay, verse 43. We're back to the top. John.
V'no'adti shama livnei Yisrael v'nikdash bichvodi. All right.
The word is not shama, but shama. Shama.
Thank you.
V'no'adti shama.
And I will appear there before Israel, and I will be sanctified.
Notice the difference. Before is lifnei, but this is livnei. This is to the children of Israel.
All right. Oh, thank you. Okay.
So this is the nifal of Ya'ad again. So it means I will meet the children of Israel there.
Okay.
It's like the same as above. Ivaed lachem, I will meet you. No'adati livnei Israel, I will meet the children of Israel.
Okay, so it's not appear, it's meet. Or reveal. It's not reveal, it's not appear, it's meet.
Yeah, appear has to do with the root of seeing.
Okay.
In the nifal, usually.
Yeah. So it would be, if it were I will appear there, it would be v'nira'eti. V'nira'eti shama livnei Israel, I will appear to the children of Israel. I will be seen.
Okay. All right. So I will meet there with the children of Israel, and something.
This word is
sanctified.
a problem. Yeah, that's a question. What would be sanctified? This is nifal, and it's going to be vikatal, which is future, and it's first masculine singular, or third masculine singular. Excuse me. He will be sanctified, or it will be sanctified. But what is it? In this case, this calls for interpretation. What do you think?
Well, I thought, giving the next word, in my glory, right? And I just thought it referred to the people, and the people will be sanctified with or by my glory.
Yep, and you will find translations that say, and Israel will be sanctified with my glory. They put Israel in there. But others will say the tabernacle. The tabernacle will be sanctified with my glory.
That's actually how I translated it.
Yeah. So it's unclear, and it could be either, could be both. All right, James, you want to take us in 44?
Oh yeah, 44 also kind of strengthens that.
And by James, he means Jacob.
Jacob. Sorry. Oh. You don't go by James? Sorry, Jacob. James to me. It's the same name.
No.
I don't know.
No. Also, it's like in Swedish, we don't actually have James in the New Testament. It's just Jacob. It's just bara Jakob.
It's so funny because like my brain processes Jacob and James just as the same name.
Yeah, to me, they're different names to me. Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm like, James, could you read it? I'm sorry, Jacob.
No worries. وكدشتي إث أوخل مؤذ وإث همزبيح وإث أحرون وإث بناو أقدش لخاهن لي. Interesting with the patach there on Kohen. Oh wait,
it's a verb.
It's because it's verbing it. Yeah, it's verbing it. It's that should be a PL then. Yeah. Okay. Anyways, and I will sanctify the tent of meeting and the altar, and Aaron and his sons I will sanctify so that they will priest for me.
Yeah, they will serve me as priests. Good. Lechahen in modern Hebrew is wider than priests. Like it's a period of service, kehuna. It's for politicians. It's for like not just priests.
Yeah, I was also just thinking how that initial kedashti eth Oel Moed would strengthen that in the previous verse it's referring to the tent rather than the people.
Yeah, but then it's also Aaron and his sons.
So then it's also continuing. Yes, but it is not the people in general here.
Yeah, it's not Kahal Yisrael. 45. Colton, we're going to get through this.
Veshakanti.
Oh, look at that cough.
Cough. Veshakanti betoch b'nei Yisrael v'hayiti lahem lelohim. And I will dwell in the midst of the children of Israel, and I will be for them for God.
Yeah. Good.
I will become God to them.
The Shechanti is where we get the word Shekhinah, dwelling. Shekinah glory, the Shekinah, right? Shekhinah, the indwelling presence of God. In Jewish theology, Shekhinah is the same as the Holy Spirit, Ruach HaKodesh. Ruach HaKodesh is Shekhinah. It's God's glory dwelling in the tabernacle and also filling people with inspiration and power. All right. Jonathan.
My turn.
You doubted us, Jonathan. You doubted that we would get to this point.
Yeah, I did.
He told you it was a short. He told you it was a short one.
I said not at this rate, and we sped up, so never mind. V'yad'u ki ani Adonai Elohehem asher hotzeti otam me'eretz Mitzrayim l'shochni b'tokam ani Adonai Elohehem. Why does this asher hotzeti seem weird to me? Whom I brought? Yes, it seems weird.
It's the same as the Ten Commandments.
Would you prefer shehotzeti? Does that make you feel better?
I would prefer if it's just who brought.
You want it to be third person, asher hotzi.
Yeah, right.
It's very common in the relative clause to still label the first person.
And this is like labeling or like a pronominal suffix on an infinitive, or
Hotzeti is the past. The katal.
Literally, it says whom I brought them out.
Yeah,
it seems weird.
It's causes.
Remember that asher is not the same as the relative clause in English. It doesn't. Asher is not normally. It doesn't carry information. It just joins phrases. In English, it carries information, like it will occupy a part in the embedded phrase. So you say, this is the house in which I grew up.
The resumptive
In which
pronoun.
carries
The stupid
in
resumptive
which carries
pronoun. information.
Yeah, this
Yeah.
is
This
very.
is the bat to whom this is the boy to whom I gave the ball.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I am the Lord. I am the Lord, their God, who brought them out. And the who in English bears the meaning of the first person. It's I who. Right? So you don't need to repeat the first person in the embedded sentence because the who already is encoded for it. But in Hebrew, it's asher just joins two clauses. I am the Lord their God. Asher, I brought them out. I brought them out as a full clause on its own. But asher joins the two clauses. It doesn't bear the information of I.
Yes.
It just joins the clauses.
They shall know that I am the Lord, I am Adonai, their God, who brought them out of the land of Egypt in order to dwell in their midst. I am Adonai, their God.
Yeah, that's a fun way to do that. That lama'an there, and what otherwise could be a lama'an clause, right? For my dwelling in their midst, leshokni. Yeah, that's fun.
I think this is another one of those times, like that of Adonai saying that he did this for like lechshochni bethocham, where you have different kinds of philosophies on the nature of how God relates to Israel. Like, is he dwelling among them? Is he, or is he just does he just place his name among them, and then he's always like dwelling up in the heavens, forever removed from this world, but just has his kind of his kavod and his name.
Yeah, so I was positing to Jason when we were looking at the tabernacle stuff this week that the tent of meeting being the holy place, not the holy of holies, and the difference being that the holy place is this liminal place between the courtyard where the people are, and then the dwelling place of God in the holy of holies, and that the meeting place is this neutral site in between. Right? That's why it's the tent of meeting. That was I posited that as a thought with no proof and no other thought other than that it just came across that way to me when we were reading it. And so the reason that the priest is only able to go in, the high priest is only able to go in once a year, is because that's not his place to be. The liminal space is allowed, but the high priest can only go in once a year at the time in which the homeowner, God, allows, right? He said only once per year you get to come into my space.
Yeah, I think also like you have some places where you have like that the kavod kind of enters and leaves, and some others where the text is more kind of like God is just kind of always with the tabernacle.
Sure,
definitely.
Yeah.
Anyway,
but then again, you have
folks,
like Deuteronomy is like no,
our,
just the name. Go away.
We got to get to our basic Hebrew lesson, and hopefully we can be done with the alphabet today and start reading stuff.
From your mouth to God's ears.
Yes, von deinem Mund in Gottes Ohren. Right? Good, great. Thank you guys so much for showing up, and we'll see you on Monday.
Next week.
Bye.
Peace.
Yes.